So there seems to be this huge conversation going on right now whether kids should be exposed to people dressing up in drag and performing in front of them while sometimes wearing close to nothing at all. And trust me, I hear the argument from both sides, but let me give you my in-depth calculated answer that I came to last night. Now bear with me, it's quite long-winded, so just stay there whilst I find it. Leave the kids alone. I don't care what you do in your spare time. I don't care if adults buy tickets to your performance, but what I do care about is the fact that just because you chose that path in life, which by the way, I have nothing against, but for you to then try and push that onto kids who, let's be honest, sometimes can't even tell the difference between their left and right, and almost, I don't know, try and indoctrinate them to think that path is the right path for them to also take, is where me and many others have a big issue. Which leads us to one concerned mother who goes by the name of Kimberly Rakes, who is also the founder of a parental rights group called the Iowa Mama Bears, but she showed up at a school board meeting in Ankeny High School. I think I'm saying that right, but she showed up at this school board meeting nonetheless, justifiably angry because of a situation that happened recently where the Gay Alliance Club at the school invited drag performers to the school to put on a show for kids. Now I think it's clear to see how scandalous this performance looks, and remember, this is in front of kids. Kimberly Rakes nonetheless showed up to this board meeting wearing exactly the same costume that the drag performer was wearing, and I just want you to hear what she says and then the reaction to her costume. It's actually insane.
This outfit made you turn your head? Does this outfit seem appropriate for anybody here to see? Because if this makes your head turn, if this you walk, then it should. Because this guy walked into our school doing the exact same thing.
Kimberly, can you address the board, please?
This is what the man dressed like in front of our kids. So this makes your head spin. This pisses you off in any way, shape, or form. It should. Because I'm embarrassed to stand here in the outfit that I am in today, but I have a point to prove, and that is that this outfit should not be ever accepted in our schools anyway.
It's crazy how uncomfortable those board members got, but apparently it's perfectly fine to expose kids to it. What? Why is it that when a male dresses up as a woman in a scandalous way and performs in front of kids, it's something that should be celebrated and it's stunning and it's brave? No. I'll tell you what is stunning and what is brave. The fact that this school had the audacity to let this show go along in the first place. I think it's pretty simple to see what is going on here. When adults reject your idea of what is normal and what is not, you then move on to the kids because, well, let's be honest, you can tell them the moon is made out of cheese and they would believe you. So it would be very easy for people to move on to children and try and normalize this to them, so when they're adults, rejecting the normalization of this doesn't even cross their mind. And what happened at this school isn't even the tip of the iceberg, okay? Because if you think this is bad and this is controversial, well, let's just move to Tennessee, because something quite inexcusable just happened recently, and it's being defended by the left and the woke brigade as a pure accident, when in my opinion, it's nothing of the sort. Because there was another show being performed, which was part of the event dubbed as the Pride Youth Day, where a young child, touched the crotch of one of these drag artists. Now I don't think I can show the video, but here's some screenshots of the child who literally rubs the crotch area up and down, and the performer doesn't do anything but embrace it. Now they're defending this by claiming the video was taken out of context because the artist actually pushed the child away, but if you go and watch the video, the artist literally laughs and spins around in a circle. What is also more worrying is the parents' reactions to this, because they all literally just sat back, smiled, laughed and clapped like this is something children should be watching instead of the Teletubbies or something. And one of those smiley parents, Natalie Green, who took her 3 young children to the event, defended the moment, having said the princesses were not drag performers, those were cisgender what does that mean? Nobody is forcing that child to do anything. She's like 3, she saw something that was shiny. Now unless your child is part magpie, I think that's a pretty poor excuse. Now you aren't allowed to have this sort of opinion, right? You aren't allowed to say this because it goes against the new world, it goes against the new agenda. But if a 25-year-old man, me, who is considered still pretty young, can see and realize there is something wrong with this, they can't just say it's right-wing and conservative commentators getting mad at this. Because I've never labeled myself as left or right, I just say common sense. So if I see there's something wrong with this, Surely many others do as well. We're not the bad people here. I think most people who aren't extreme lefty liberals would have no issue removing their child from a school who allowed a drag performer who was dressed in that scandalous way as well, would have no issue removing their child from that school. Even if it was a biological woman, I still would be like, well, this shouldn't be going on, because I don't believe kids should be exposed to any sort of content whatsoever. And from what I've seen, most drag performers, right, they perform in a scandalous way. I've never really seen a drag performer not do that. Of course, sure, there may be some out there, but the ones you see going viral on the internet are always ones who are opening their legs, twerking on stage, and there's always kids in front of. But I'm the bad person. You'd be the bad person for saying that. How have we got to the point where defending what your kid watches, the ones that you're bringing up, the ones that you're spending money on, defending what they watch is now considered right-wing, conservative? Sorry, I don't see the common sense here. I am truly concerned right now, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, because I can really see anything that is traditional, especially masculinity and femininity, is being completely decimated because people don't want traditional things anymore. They want to insert their own traditions, rewrite the history, be on the right side of history. So when people like us stand up to things and say, wait, no, I don't think this should be happening, I think this is going too far, they label us as evil. And you're what's wrong with the world. You should accept this. But what if some people don't want to accept it? Because it's perfectly fine to come down on straight people for doing things that people claim as evil. But when it's the other way around, oh, no, you're not allowed to say that. I literally say the same thing every single day. Imagine it in 10 years. Imagine school plays in 10 years. They will probably get rid of the nativity play because it's traditional and replace it with some woke nonsense. It won't surprise me if Jesus or Mary or Joseph is a drag queen or something like that. Now, I have no issue with that, but I guarantee you they start twerking on the stage. And the whole hypocrisy in this is the school board reaction to the mother that I showed you at the beginning. They literally found her uncomfortable, disgusting, scandalous. But like I said, they literally invited a guy to dress up as a woman and perform in a scandalous way and dress up the same, and I guarantee you they were clapping for it behind the scenes. But what do you guys think of this, right? Do you think kids should be exposed to this sort of thing at an early age? Or do you think, no, maybe they shouldn't be exposed to this? Maybe they should be allowed to make their own choices on what they watch. I hope I'm not in the minority here. I really hope I'm not. But if you have enjoyed today's video, then please, for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Until tomorrow, I shall see you in a bit. I am out. Peace. See you next time.